Welcome to episode, I hope you can hear me, guys. Welcome to episode 75 of the Flaming Tarmac. I wasn't expecting to do a Flaming Tarmac video today at all. Yeah, I wasn't even going to do one today. I was just going to do a watch along, and it popped up on my timeline that Christian Horner has been exited from Red Bull. So I'm going to bring in Mark Coke, who's my partner in crime. He's the Formula One expert. He's a driver. He's a go-karter. He knows everything about driving. He's studying it. He knows everything about the context of driving, the tires, the engine. Toto! How's it go, Toto?
Big up, man.
How's it go, Toto?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? How you doing, bro?
It's going well, as always.
There you go.
But yeah, it's just the news has been dead recent on the football side of things, so it's good to get on the
dead today.
It's good to get on the Formula One side of things, and
Yeah, there was no saving. It was there, Toto, wasn't it?
it was shocking. It was shocking news, to be fair.
I'm sorry. It's episode 76. There you go.
But look, things with Horn and all that, it was shocking news. It just happened out of the blue.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to happen. But look, he's been there. He's been there for 20 years. And
no, I ain't giving this guy blind nothing.
No, I'm not giving him
nothing.
I said that he's been there 20 years at the Red Bull. You weren't expecting just to leave just like that. There's been no rumors.
No, there was rumors. There was rumors. I think it was around about February, March, that he was going to be replaced. That was the rumors that he was going to be replaced at Red Bull. But the Sky couldn't really talk about it because of the NDFs assigned. You get me? You know, the NDFs, you know how it is with the NDFs. There you go, there it is. That's the proper background. Yeah, the NDFs. So there's only certain things you can say, but this has been coming for a while. This has been coming since last year. You know that Joshua Staffen wasn't his biggest fan at Red Bull. You know that, you know what I mean? You could see that the harmony in the team wasn't the same. Adrian knew we'd done one, went to Aston Martin. There was a reason for that. Yeah, and this is what happens all this year, all that controversial. You know, even though we got cleared, I heard there might be fresh allegations. I don't know. That's what I heard.
Yeah, because he got sacked due to when he was having that inappropriate behaviour kind of stuff.
Exactly, but I heard it was more.
He was getting accused. He's getting accused more now.
Yeah, so there's more reports. I'm gonna bring up. Give me if you find an official article, we can bring it up. There was rumors that we knew this was coming. This is being hid since the beginning of the year. There was rumors that they were going to oust him out before summer. I said this on one of the podcasts.
Share your WhatsApp, sort of.
I said this on my podcast as well. I said this on multiple times. I've said this. I'm going to bring it up in a minute. Yeah, nice one. So I've said this on multiple times when I was doing videos, and I said this, that Christian Horner's days were numbered with Red Bull.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, the main reporters couldn't really report it because when you're a proper journalist, like certain on F1, you can't really say anything. You get me? If you sign an NDF, that disables your right to say anything because obviously there's.
Because it'll put a bad name on Red Bull. But
they'll get sued.
Exactly, it'll put a bad name on them because
no, not a bad name on Red Bull, a bad name on Sky.
Yeah,
if Sky start reporting it, that's it. It's done. Can't have this video on there. I'm gonna pause it. So, Christian Horner sacked live. Max Verstappen responds to shock Red Bull exit after scandal that rocked F1. Horner, who has been overseeing a period of tremendous success at F1 team, was involved in a personal scandal last year, which we just talked about. Christian Horner has been revived of his duties as Red Bull Formula One team principal on Wednesday morning. The Red Bull chief had led the team since the inception of 2005, guiding them to 6 constructors titles and 8 drivers' championships. However, last year, you can read it there, the scandal. And this is how it happened. Comments inside a power struggle. There was a power struggle with Christian Horner. Horner, who's married to Spice Girl pop star Jerry Halliway, has been replaced by Lauren McKenzie as CEO.
he came from Racing Bulls. So the team principal of Racing Bulls
Yeah.
is now going to be the team principal of Red Bull.
So she was. So I didn't even know that she was team principal. So she was.
No, she's not team. No. It's the Racing Bulls team principal.
Yeah. So he's going to be replacing Christian Horner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been there. Look, he's had a good run there. He's been there for how long's he been there? He started in 2013.
20 years.
Yeah. So he's had a good run, man. He's had a good run. He joined there because the last 20 years, his tireless commitment, experience, and to innovate, he has been instrumental to establishing Red Bull Racing as one of the most successful and attractive teams in Formula One. Thank you for everything, Christian Horner, forever remain an important part of the team history. But it is what it is. Look, we knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. When that scandal come out last year, his days were numbered. It's just as simple as that. His days were numbered at Red Bull.
Thing is, he didn't choose to leave. The team sacked him with immediate effect. So
yeah, because he was never. He could have walked. Because you remember when all that scandal come out last season, he could have walked last season.
Yeah.
But you know how stubborn he is, and he's thinking, "Now I'm going to fight this." You remember when he turned up at the? You remember when he turned up on the? Remember when he turned up at the one of the races with his wife and that?
I think he was in Drive to Survive as well. He mentioned Drive to Survive, and he was saying, "Look, we all know Christian Horner won't go down without a fight."
Yeah.
So, it was coming. He
you
got
remember
sacked.
when you remember when all the accusations started to come out, and then what happened? He turned up at the paddock with his wife. Like he flew his wife all the way over there, and then he was walking with him in front of the press for the cameras. I'll give him that. He was fighting it.
Yeah,
it was inevitable what was going to happen. Once an accusation started coming, then more started coming. That was it. There was
the more they keep him there, the team's gonna have a really bad name because they're gonna be someone's been accused for inappropriate behavior and all that. Cause that's what it's named as, inappropriate behavior. Yeah. So it will give the team a bad name, Red Bull a bad name. You know, sponsoring the team, they might lose the Red Bull sponsor. We don't know. That's because the more time they keep Horner there, the more bad names going to put on the team and the morale of the whole team. So it was the best thing to do is just sack him because probably the accusations are coming up again. More people, I heard that he's coming forward.
Watch now he's sacked. Yeah. Now he's sacked. Watch now. They're gonna things start popping up. They couldn't do this before because of the NDA, but that's gone now. They've sacked him. So it says on here, Christian Horner. This is from the Sky F1 website. Christian Horner, Red Bull F1 team principal, sacked after 20 years in charge of Milton Keynes outfit. Christian Horner has been sacked by Red Bull team principal following the British Grand Prix. Lauren Mekes, who was in charge of Racing Bulls, will replace Horner with immediate effect. Watch the Belgian GP or talk about the job. This is Horner. This is Fringy talking about it on the podcast. I'm probably going to listen to that later. This is all new to me, by the way. This is all just broken.
I've heard of it. I heard of it. As soon as I heard that, I was thinking, nah, this is fake news. And as soon as I heard it before by Sky and all that, I was thinking, it's shocking. It's shocking news. I didn't know it was going to happen. It happened out of the blue, but we all knew it was coming in the end. So, yeah, we knew it was going to come. I knew there was rumours, like I said before, there were rumours that it was coming in the summer. He said that by the summer, he'll be gone. There was rumours. I heard something about 2 months ago that I remember mentioning it on a podcast, and I said that Horner's not going to be there by the summer break. He'll be gone because of that stuff what happened last season with the accusations, and which he got found not guilty, by the way. He was cleared, but I heard that there was more accusations coming, and Sky were gagged. That basically they were gagged where they couldn't talk. To sign all that NDA, if they would have talked, obviously it would have been a big lawsuit. This is why it wasn't mentioned at all through Sky, and it shouldn't really be mentioned on Sky, really, because it's not to do with race and obviously team principal. But at the end of the day, he wasn't mentioned on Sky. So, yeah, but now it's all coming out. It says F1 Sky, it's F1. Martin Brundle said Horner had told him no reason was given to him for his release. And no reason as well.
Did not give a reason. Red Bull confirmed that Lauren Mekes will replace Horner as chief executive officer, team principal, stepping up for the junior squad, Racing Bulls, where Alan Permain will take his place. So they don't have to give him notice, by the way, because this is the difference between Christian Horner and Toto. Toto, this is where he got his name on, by the way, Toto Hammer. Toto, in charge of Red Bull, in charge of Mercedes, has got stakes in Mercedes. He's an investor in Mercedes. He's part owner of Mercedes. Christian Horner is not part owner of anything. He might own horses, he might own land. He's a multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire, but he doesn't own Red Bull. He is an employee of Red Bull. So if they want to sack him and they decide to sack him, they can sack him. Very simple. And we've been like this. We've discussed this Toto, me and you on this channel, that it doesn't matter, what he wins for them. He doesn't own the team. He worked for them. He's just a team principal. He's got no stakes in Red Bull.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen hasn't got stakes in Red Bull. If they want to get rid of Max Verstappen, boom, they'll get rid of Max Verstappen. It's very simple. Very simple. Now, Horner's gone. Am I happy about it? I don't really care. Personally, he's gone. It is what it is. Don't care. Next one moves on. I'm not going to lose sleep over it anyway. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So let's move on to the next one now. The interesting is, just only 2 topics today. The interesting one is, the very interesting one that we're going to talk about is, what does Max do now? I think before I would have said maybe he'll stay at Red Bull. Maybe. There was a little chance he might stay at Red Bull if Red Bull can get the car together. Is what it is. I'm not sure. I still think he's going to start Red Bull. If Red Bull give him the car, I think Max is going to start Red Bull. I don't think Max was the biggest Christian Horner fan, personally. I think at the beginning he was. At the beginning of the relationship, I think it was good. But when this stuff started coming out and, that Josh Verstappen didn't like Christian Horner, Josh Verstappen was one of them guys who was advocating for Horner to be sacked. That's common knowledge. We're not making it up. I think after all that started to surface and the news started coming out, the relationship between Horner and Josh Verstappen started coming out in the news, I think that Max Verstappen's relationship with Horner diminished. That's what I think, Toto.
Yeah. I think this is all a big mess from all of it, but it's going to be a fresh, clean start for Red Bull. Regarding the new Racing Bulls team principal, who's actually been doing pretty well at Racing Bulls. Racing Bulls have been putting in some good performances. Regarding, like I said, Hadjar and Liam Lawson have both been doing well, and the team as a whole has been doing pretty well. So it's going to be a new start for Red Bull.
Yeah.
We don't know if some mechanic's going to stay or leave. We don't know about that. That's what he's going to control. I just think that Horner going was going to come anyway. It was no way he's going to stay there for another season. No way. So new Racing Bulls team is going to take over, and then Racing Bulls will have to look for another team principal elsewhere. But yeah, Horner going. Let's see what goes on from here, really. Regarding the accusations and all that, because more and more are coming up now. I think Red Bull needed it. They needed a new start anyway, because there was too much going on for him to stay at that team. The whole team and Red Bull alone, they'll put a bad name on Red Bull. So it's good that they got a new team principal in, and potentially it could have saved the Red Bull sponsor, because the more Christian Horner stays there, that's foreshadowing that Red Bull is actually supporting it.
Yeah.
Since their badges on the car, and Red Bull's basically the main team. And they've got 2 teams actually. They got Racing Bulls, and they got Red Bull. So it's good for the company. It's good for the team, for Horner going, for all this coming out now, and having a new fresh team principal. Let him do his thing, and then see where Red Bull go from there.
Yeah, man. So that's it, man. That's it. That's episode 76 in the bag. Flaming Tarmac. I'm going to watch the Wales game in France, and guess what? Wales have just equalised. It's 1-1.
And also, PSG's winning 2-0.
We know that PSG is going to win. We know this. We know that PSG is the best team in Europe. We get it. Until Liverpool play next year. Then we'll get that match back that didn't beat us, by the way. It was in penalties.
Well, we smacked up
I'm
Madrid
not-
anyway. We smacked up Madrid.
Do you think I'm shocked that PSG beating Real Madrid? PSG
we
are
smacked them up.
the one
We
the
smacked
Champions
Real
League for a
Madrid.
reason. I know we did. We smacked up Real Madrid. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, big up to you. Thanks for joining us today, Toto, on this emergency meeting. This is what it was. Emergency. But who would ever thought, man? Wales just equalised against France 1-1. Big up to Wales, man. It's not over yet for Wales. But yeah, man, big up. That's helping out England as well, by the way. So yeah, Flaming Tarmac in the bag. Good night for me. That's an also saying this with some old program my mom used to watch. We're gonna say good night for me, good night for me. It is what it is. So see you later, guys. Big up. F1 Flaming Tarmac. All people listening on the audio podcast on the YouTube, recommend the video and like it. Sorry it was short notice, but it is what it is. Big up. Bye.